They robbed me at gunpoint. They took me to the ATM and they stole my money. Anyway, speaking of getting shafted, so I, I just got done watching Alex Jones in his big epic Syria rant where he started blubbering and crying. Well, first off, I want to talk about this because, oh, sweet Jesus. I think what bugs me most about Alex Jones is that, well, one, he's full of shit. Let's just call it what it is. He is full of shit. So it's hard to tell when he's being legitimately crazy versus just crazy, if you get my point. Because he contradicts himself like nobody's business. He is for what he says he's against. Now, I don't know if he realizes that. I don't know if it's part of the shtick. I don't know. But in this meltdown that he had, supposedly, he started going into this Obama Arab Spring, blah blah blah. See, what bothers me about that is the Arab Spring did not start with Obama. Maybe the term and the concept of what the Arab Spring was started with Obama, but the initial ground root level started in Afghanistan. It did. And then we went to Iraq. And what did we do there? What was the one key factor? Now keep in mind, at this time, at this moment when this was going on, I was diehard conservative Christian Republican. I was Fox News faithful. I was an asshole. I mean, I'm an asshole now, but I was like, that kind of an asshole. Like, basically, your typical Fox News viewer. I know there's probably a lot of Fox News viewers out there who don't know what I'm talking about. You're just a libtard. No, not a libtard. I'm a truth seeker, motherfucker. I'm a truth teller. Fuck you. Now, I remember on the Drudge Report this huge picture. He didn't do pictures a lot, but this one was of a Muslim woman and her little hibachi, whatever the fuck those things are, hibachi, whatever the fuck she had on her head. And she's smiling like a motherfucker, and she's holding up her finger, and her finger has this blue thing on it, this blue, whatever the fuck it was, this ink blot on her finger. Where when they voted, you stick your finger in so they couldn't vote again. It was basically an ID saying they voted and they can't do it again. Because, well, the whole purpose of that, especially from the right-wing bullshit propaganda media, not, listen, you can talk about the liberal left-wing media, blah, 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 whatever. But I'm talking right now, the conservative propaganda media. The reason that photo was so prominent, I mean, let's be honest, Drudge had a fucking picture on his website. His website is like bare bones bullshit. He had a picture on it. That means it was a big deal for conservatives. It was a big fucking deal. Why was it a big deal? Because one of the reasons we went, I think personally, one of the biggest reasons we went into Iraq had nothing to do with, oh, we're going to liberate the Iraqi people. Yeah, bullshit. What it had to do with, well, twofold. One, Big Daddy Bush went in there back in, 92, 91. He didn't get the job done. That's first. Second of all, Saddam threatened Big Daddy, so little W wanted to go in there like a cowboy and defend Daddy. I think that's a lot of what it had to do with. That's just my own personal opinion. We literally started a war because, yeehaw, okay. Yeehaw, pee-pee, you get the guns, Texas bullshit, okay. That's basically what it came down to. I think that's a lot of what it was. But there was a deeper meaning behind it all. There was a bigger meaning behind it all. Because we were trying to, quote unquote, establish democracy in those countries. And what was that going to do? That was going to show the other Arab nations that, hey, you can have freedom. You can vote. Because, let's be honest, and we did do good there, even though I think it was completely not for the reason we were there. We weren't there to do good, necessarily. Personally, I think we were there to completely upend the entire Middle East, and that was just a starting point. Because let's be honest, they were trying to plant the seed of rebellion there, aka the Arab Spring. They were. You can't tell me they weren't. Why did we go into Iraq? No, okay, Afghanistan, fine, you can make that argument. 9/11, I still think there's issues with 9/11, but whatever. Not gonna say, oh, you're a truther. No, I'm not saying that, but there was definitely some issues there. I don't want to get into that stuff, but okay, so whatever. We went into Afghanistan. Now, what is Afghanistan? Afghanistan is nothing, but it's not that far from Iraq. Okay, and then we go into Iraq. So now we've got two countries. Now we got Turkey, which is kind of passive. Egypt, which was kind of passive. Okay. And you got Israel over there. So now you got like 3. Now we've taken out 2 more. So now we got 5 that are kind of neutral. Okay. Now think about this. If you're Alex Jones, that was maybe not okay. I don't think he was necessarily on board with that. But he's not seeing that as part of, quote-unquote, the Arab Spring. Now, don't get me wrong. I know the Arab Spring was different, conceptually, but it still had the same outcome. They were trying to plant seeds of rebellion in the Middle East so that the people would rise up and fuck over their governments. Basically, it was government regime change, essentially. That's what we were going for. That's what we were shooting for. What happened when little W went in there, yeehaw, yeah, we overturned the 2 governments. He created Al-Qaeda because he created a vacuum over there. Because let's be honest, Saddam would not put up with that shit. If anybody rose up to try to challenge him, he would wipe them and their family out. There was no question. Once Saddam was gone, there was a power vacuum. And that's what created this bullshit. Now, somebody like Alex Jones wants to sit there and say, well, Obama created ISIS. The problem is ISIS, well, technically, what was left of Al-Qaeda morphed into ISIS. And then ISIS started taking over. Now, I will say, I'm not going to sit there and pat Obama on the back, because he did absolutely nothing. He did nothing. He basically let them run roughshod. He did do some bombings and some drones and shit, but he didn't do enough, nearly enough, to keep them at bay. So, now, this is my own personal tinfoil hat moment. I don't think there's much of a difference between right and left. I really don't. I really don't. You look at Bush, you look at how he left office with TARP, and then Obama kicked in with bailout. TARP and bailout. Literally went from one right into the other. You think, well, one's liberal and one's conservative. Basically, it's 2 sides of the same coin. Just because one has a face on it, a happy face, and the other one has whatever's on the back of it, a fucking house, it don't mean anything. It's still the same fucking coin. There's still the same objective. It may have a different face on it and a different, a picture on it, but it's still the same freaking outcome. TARP, bailout. Not much different. You can call it what you will, it still did the same thing. You could call it regime change, or you could call it restoring democracy to the Middle East, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, or you could call it Arab Spring. And by the way, the Arab Spring is still continuing. This shit that Trump is doing in Syria, it's just more of the same. It's just the Republicans want to go to war physically, where Obama did it more, secondhand, without like a real legitimate presence there, necessarily. Now, there was a presence there, obviously, but not in the sense of, oh, let's send billions of troops over there, or millions of troops, rather. You get my point. It's the same shit with the same outcome. You can call it what you will. It's the same damn thing. So the whole thing, since the minute we stomped around in Afghanistan, it has been the same fucking thing. We're going on 17 years of this shit to try to uproot these fuckers. Why? So that they're easily manipulated. So that we can come into a new world order. Because how are you going to have a new world order if you've got Saddam and Gaddafi running the fucking place? Those two idiots are not going to play ball. You think any of these guys are going to play ball? Now, what pisses me off about this Syria strike, I want to get into Alex Jones a little bit more later, but what pisses me off about this strike that we did, it was clearly so Trump could feel good about himself. And it was clearly a response to the media as far as his lawyer being raided. It was, because the same thing happened a year ago. The same thing. And guess what? Little Trumpy, guess what happened? He bombed an airfield. It did nothing. It did nothing. He bombed an airfield, and guess what? His approval rating went up a little bit. As it literally a wag the dog kind of scenario, where it's like, oh, take your eyes off this and look it over here. Because we know for a fact Assad never shot off the chemical weapons. And yes, he has chemical weapons, but he didn't shoot them off. Who did? The fucking rebels. Oh, the same rebels that we, the United States, were backing. We were backing. We allowed them to shoot that shit off because they also had chemical weapons. They shot it off a year ago. I think this is going on like 3 or 4 times that this has happened. Last year, we blamed Assad and said, oh, let's bomb your shit. This time, oh, it happened, let's bomb your shit. No, Trump never sent anybody in there to see who actually did it. We never got any details who shot that shit off. We just went in, oh, bomb everybody. Do you understand what that means? Do you understand that? Now, let's ask ourselves a simple question. If you're Assad and you're going through a civil war, basically, a civil war that we helped create, by the way, and you know for a fact that the United States, the single solitary greatest force militarily ever in the history of existence, wants to go to war with you for any fucking reason. Any reason at all. Just you sneezed funny and we want to blow you up. And he knows this. Why would he use chemical weapons against his people randomly? Now, if he shot them off toward Israel, hey, I could understand that. If he shot them off toward our troops, fine, I could understand that. But just to sit there and say, well, who cares what's going on in the rest of the world? Let me just shoot it at these people over here. These random people for no fucking reason. That is just, dude, that is just fucking stupid. Oh, and here's the kicker of that. You pull up any little map, and you highlight Syria. There's at least 3 different waterways surrounding Syria. And, oh yeah, by the way, we have ships in each one of those. So that we could literally bombard any part of Syria from 3 different directions, at least, if not 4. And that's not even including any other bases and whatnot we may have in the area. We have basically ships that can reach Syria from the 3 different water routes. Which means he knows they're there. He knows we're itching for a fight. Why would he do this? It's not in self-preservation to sit there and say, well, I'm having a civil war, so let me just shoot this off and we'll deal with this overpowering military force from a foreign nation. We'll deal with them later. Are you fucking kidding me? It makes no damn sense. So, now, I'm not going to sit there and pretend that Trump was the only one who's ever used this type of shit for his own personal gain. I'm sure Obama did even a couple times. I'm sure he did. I'll be honest with you, I still find it fishy as fuck, the whole thing. Bin Laden. Oh, we found Bin Laden, and yeah, within like 2 minutes we dumped him in the ocean so nobody could find him. Really? Really? I wouldn't even be surprised that guy didn't even exist. He actually looks, ironically, very similar to that one fucking bearded dude that we have in Guantanamo. I wouldn't be surprised it's him. The one and the fucking same. His cousin or second aunt's brother's mother or some fucking thing. I wouldn't be surprised it's that asshole. And we just played up this whole cat and mouse game. Like, oh yeah, he's still out there somewhere. Gotta find him. And then Obama basically used it for political gain. Like, oh, we got him. Because it just seemed really, really fucking... I don't know, it just seemed really strange. Because, like, Bush was after him and, Yeehaw got the wanted poster. Crawford, Texas bullshit. Okay, get the 6-shooter and a little peg leg out there and pee pee. And then Obama comes in and is like, hey, we got him. Oh, we dumped him in the ocean. Dude, I'm sorry. That whole thing just... like, if there was any time that the world had been played... Because you gotta understand, we're setting this shit up. We're setting it up. World War III is not only inevitable, it's going to happen. Now, you want to talk biblically, oh, it's going to happen, end times prophecy, bullshit. Okay, and I say bullshit collectively, not, whatever. It's going to happen. You know why? Because we are setting it up to happen. Why do you think we bombed Syria? Because we set it up. There was 3 waterways, we moved our ships in, and we're like, oh, hey, rebels, why don't you shoot off some gas and just gas these people, and we'll blame Assad for it. Sure, good idea. Give me a fucking break. We are being set up for this shit. And you can't tell me otherwise. I've been watching this shit too damn long to know when I'm being fucking played. That shit is bullshit. I'm sorry, 9/11 felt weird to me. Felt fishy as fuck to me. I'm sorry, just the whole thing. I don't want to get into that stuff, but there was just... some of that shit sounded like it was literally written out of Crawford fucking Texas. Let's roll. That's a Crawford, Texas concept. That is just yeehaw bullshit right there. No guy from Jersey is gonna say, let's roll. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. Now, I'm sorry. I'm speculating here. I got no proof of it. Tinfoil hat, whatever. Truther, whatever. It just sounds gay as fuck, dude. It literally sounds like something Dick Cheney and George Bush would have giggled their tits off with Rumsfeld in the fucking back alley. That's what it sounds like. Oh, let's have somebody on the plane with a cart and say, let's roll right before the plane goes down. It just sounds like shit, dude. Because let's be honest, nobody from Jersey says let's roll. I'm sorry. They don't. They're not gonna do that. They're not. I'm sorry. Whatever. Now, again, I'm being sarcastic with that, but I honestly believe that we are literally being set up. Because, again, there's no difference between right and left. There's no difference. None. Now, people say, well, I stand up for the right because they stand against abortion. Really? Again, I've said this numerous times, but you really think Paul Ryan gives a flying fuck about the morality of abortion? It's just that little cocksucker doesn't want to pay for it. That's the only reason he don't care about abortion. He don't want abortion around. He don't want to pay for it. That's the only damn reason. He'd rather have that money go to his rich fucking friends who have bought him off. Rich corporations who bought his ass off. Okay. Oh, but he stands against abortion. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Now, where the lines get blurred is you have legitimate Christian people who get into office and be like, hey, I don't like abortion. Okay. But the collective, see, that's what people don't understand is you're never going to outlaw abortion. Even if you could overturn Roe v. Wade, here's a newsflash. It would then become a states' rights issue. So any blue state going to have abortions. Any non-blue states, not abortions. Okay? It's that simple. You're not going to outlaw it. You're not. The only difference is And you can say what you will one way or the other, but I hate to use the term safe abortion because it seems kind of fucked up when you think about it. And I'm not for abortion. Make no mistake, I don't like it. I don't like the concept. I don't like any part of it. Especially partial birth. I don't like any part of that. You know, I mean, a bitch gets knocked up. 2 weeks later, she has an abortion. Okay, I could maybe deal with that. But when the thing's got a heartbeat, it's got a face and hands and shit, I got a problem with that. I just do. I just do. You know, whatever. I don't want to get into that, but it's like we divide ourselves. Oh, it's these evil guys and it's those evil guys, but we're the good guys. We're the good guys, they're the bad guys. The evil demonic liberals. Yeah, and guess what? Guess what? Your party's doing evil demonic bullshit too, because let's be honest, most Christians don't even know who the fuck Ayn Rand is. Ayn Rand is probably the most antichrist piece of shit that ever walked the face of God's green earth, in the political system at least. And oh yeah, by the way, your little buddy Paul Ryan, who's really for abortion, he forces his staffers to read her fucking shit, her propaganda bullshit. Okay, and I guarantee you, most Christians don't even know who the fuck she is. They're too stupid to even care. Yet they propagate her bullshit and don't even realize it. God didn't put us here to conserve money. He didn't. He didn't put us here to conserve money. He didn't put us here to make America great. It's not what we're here for. It's not what we're here for. So the idea, and I'm sorry, this idea of Christian conservatives, oh, again, what the fuck are you conserving? What the fuck are you conserving? I mean, oh, I'm trying to make a better country for my grandkids. Fuck your grandkids. Here's a newsflash. 500 billion years from now, A, we're all going to be dead. And the sun is going to die out. It's going to expand. It's going to destroy this planet. This planet will die. We will need a literal new heaven and new earth. We will. 500 billion years from now. Or trillion years or some odd fucking insane number. But our sun is going to die. We're going to die with it. So what the fuck are you conserving? Well, we can take it with us when we head to Mars. Now, are you fucking stupid? Are you fucking stupid? Just, I don't know. But it's like, people have this idea that Democrats can't have a legitimate argument. Or that Republicans can't have a legitimate argument. Both sides do it. Now, I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I believe liberals can have a good point of view. I mean, they can make a good point once in a blue moon, just like conservatives can make a good point once in a blue moon. I'm not going to sit there and say, well, everything the conservatives say is absolutely 100% true. No, anybody who says that's a fool. A straight up fucking moron. I'm sorry. We live in a world where we are too busy looking over the fence. Oh, those demonic liberals, they're just trying to destroy America. Oh, and cutting taxes for the rich and raising the fucking deficit? Yeah, that's not going to destroy America. No, your little buddy Paul Ryan, who's all for, not having abortions. Yeah, sure. He's proud of the fact that he raised the fucking deficit. He's proud of that shit. He gave his fucking backers, his donors, the people who own his ass, literally and figuratively and collectively, he gave them a nice package, a nice little severance package on his way out. And guess what? He's too much of a fucking coward to run again because he knows he's going to get his ass handed to him. In fact, there's a whole bunch of Republicans who are retiring because they know they're not going to win. So, give me a damn break. They raped this fucking country just as bad as, the damn liberals. They're trying to destroy America. By what? Giving people health care? We got $100 trillion gazillion fucking dollars for war to go kill people and rip arms and legs off babies? And, that's great because we're going to stand up for America. But we don't have fucking money to give people health care? Are you fucking kidding me? We don't have money to get homeless vets off the fucking street. We don't have money for that. We don't have money for that. We don't have money for Meals on Wheels for fucking grandma. So the two minutes that the person comes by, she's not lonely. Are you fucking kidding me with this shit? Oh, we got another $1 trillion to add to the fucking war machine to go kill a bunch of fucking people we don't know and have nothing to do with. Do you realize if we left those fuckers alone, wouldn't do anything? Well, that's for Israel. You know what? Israel needs to bone the fuck up. They need to backbone the fuck up. If they stop fucking around, maybe they wouldn't have so much goddamn problem over there. No, don't get me wrong. I understand. But here's the news flash. It's like the fucking Palestinians. We look at it, oh, the damn Palestinians, they're just dogs. I've heard comments like, oh, they're just dogs. Their lives aren't worth anything. We should just go in there and mow them over. Really? Imagine if the role was reversed and we were the Palestinians and the Mexicans were pushing up through Texas. You'd have a bunch of yeehaw motherfuckers, Crawford motherfuckers, shooting their little guns over the freaking border. Pee pee, pee pee. Okay, they'd be burning tires too. And you know what? When the Mexican government comes in, because they were being shot at, rockets were shot over the border, guess what? Guess what? They would come in with their tanks, they'd shoot up a bunch of kids. A bunch of fucking kids you'd see some old guy on his hands and knees holding a dead baby crying looking up to God like you see in all these fucking photos. You would see that shit in Crawford fucking Texas. And you know what? People in New York, who are they going to side with? People in California, who are they going to side with? People in Denver, who are they going to fucking side with? The Mexicans who are defending their right to exist, or the fucking people of our country who are getting raped and fucking murdered? Who are we going to side with? Fuck you. Fuck you and your hypocrisy. Now, I'm not saying they're innocent and, oh, what about this and what about that? Listen, I'm not saying they're innocent completely. But here's a newsflash. At this point, 2018, neither of those motherfuckers are innocent. Israel sure as fuck ain't innocent. They're moving their freaking settlements down into their territory, pushing them literally into the sea, the very same thing that they accused everybody else of doing, which I'm not saying didn't happen or isn't even still a thing, but you can't be doing the same damn thing that you're accusing other people of doing and saying, well, it's okay that we did it. It's okay that we're trying to kill the Palestinians, just try to wipe them out and push them out because they're shooting rockets over the border. Maybe you stop fucking acting like assholes and going in there with tanks and bullshit. Well, we got to stop the terrorism. And don't get me wrong. Yeah, you got to stop the terrorism. And I understand that. And don't get me wrong. I'm not disparaging one or the other. Now, for the record, I do want to point out all these fucking people. Oh, the Bible says we gotta bless Israel and we gotta defend Israel. Yes, but that doesn't mean you defend the leadership. It says you defend and you bless Israel, not the government. Not the government assholes. You say, hey, guess what? Just because you got Netanyahu's in there that happens to be somebody that all the conservatives in America like, well, what if you got a liberal in there? Somebody you didn't like. Oh, they got to still support Israel and, Yeah. Imagine all the things you hate about the liberals was now running Israel right now. Everything you hate about the liberals running Israel. You're just going to roll over backwards and say, oh, yeah, it's okay. Got to support Israel. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You're a hypocrite. Fuck you. And I'm sorry, like I said, neither side at this point is innocent in this. There's blood on both fucking sides. Now, I understand, you got the terrorist group, Hamas, and blah, 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 blah. Listen, I get it. I get it. They do horrible things. I don't know. Would we be doing any less horrible thing? Shit. I don't know. You ever watch the movie Patriot with Mel Gibson? I don't know. We had redcoats trying to take over the country, and we had Mel Gibson hiding in the fucking bushes, shooting people. Okay. You're telling me we weren't considered terrorists back then? We weren't the terrorists? Honestly, you're going to tell me that with a straight face? We didn't go in there and kill a bunch of freaking redcoats just because? You really? Seriously? You're going to tell me that with a straight fucking face? Now again, I'm not condoning what they do. I'm not saying that they've been completely you know, justified to do what they did, but maybe there's a reason why they were doing what they were doing. Just saying. And yeah, on the flip side, there's probably a reason why Israel's doing what they're doing. So again, it's a catch-22. It's like, okay, you're pushing into our land, we're gonna shoot back. Oh, well, you shot back. Now we're gonna shoot you back. The only difference is you got a group of people who have rockets that just like sparklers going across the fucking sky at night, doing absolutely nothing, versus the other guys coming in with atomic bombs and fucking tanks and shit. Now, obviously, they haven't used atomic bombs, but they have them. Okay, so give me a break. I mean, again, if it were our situation, or Canada was coming in, you know, they were jumping the fucking falls or some shit, coming in and taking over New York. You're telling me you wouldn't have a bunch of people shooting back? Honestly? Now, again, I don't want to be naive and, oh, you're just a super liberal. You know, listen, I understand that Hamas does horrible, horrible fucking things. Like, you know, they take bomb vests and go and blow up, you know, ice cream parlors and kill 3-year-old little girls trying to get ice cream. I understand it. And that actually was a thing. That actually happened. And I understand that. And I totally get that. I don't agree with that shit. You know. But when you put everything into a collective boiling pot and you boil it down to the bare minimum, neither side is really doing what the right thing. Now, yeah, Israel may have more of a right to defend themselves with stronger force than Palestinians, but again, if it were reversed, how would we be? Seriously, you're telling me a bunch of yahoos from Texas are just going to be like, hey, no, 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 they're not. They're not. What about all this cold dead hand bullshit? Okay, they were ready to go to war with Obama when he came. Like Obama was going to knock on everybody's door. I'm coming to get your guns. Are you fucking kidding me? First off, you'd be shooting your police and you'd be shooting your military because they're the ones who'd be coming for it. But hey, whatever. Like I said, I want to point out, I'm not saying that Hamas or the Palestinians are innocent and they're just, you know, misunderstood. I don't want to come across it sounding like that. But at this point, I don't know. They're both guilty of excessive force on some level. Now, yeah, you know what? Israel may have had a legitimate reason to have excessive force when they used excessive force, and they have used excessive force, and they have killed children, and they have done horrible things in the name of protection and bullshit. Okay. I don't know. Does that make it right? I'm not saying they should turn the other cheek and just let the Hamas people just go in and blow everybody up, and I'm not saying that either. It's just it's a fine fucking line. You have to really toe that son of a bitch, because I don't know, man. Again, we wouldn't be singing a different fucking tune if it were completely reversed. If America was not the superpower and we were the Palestinians, basically. And like I said, the Mexicans were pushing up into Texas. We'd be some rowdy motherfuckers too. We'd be doing shit. We'd be going in there and blowing them up too, and burning tires at the border. Hey, guess what? If it's the fucking border, they have a right to burn their tires. You want to get them for an EPA violation? Fine. It's their border. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say I condone that, but hey, it's their border. They can do what they want. They want to put trash heap. They want to put a whole wall of trash there. Hey, you know, they want to make that area so unlivable that Israelis don't want to move their settlements further. Hey, it's up to them. It's up to them. It's their land. But what's the alternative? Do nothing and watch the Israelis just keep moving in further and further and further into territory? No, I'm not one of these people that say that, oh, Israel should give back because of the 6-Day War or whatever, that we should go back to, you know, no. They lost it in a war, fuck them. It's that simple. We should take the borders as they are. But the idea that Israel's just going to keep pushing in on these people, they have a right to live too. Now, I understand they want everything, and they want it now. So, guess what? They're wrong. Fuck the Palestinians on that level. You want Jerusalem? Well, you ain't got it. You lost control of it. Fuck you. Because here's a newsflash. You go back, when the Muslims came into town, they did the same damn thing. They did the same damn thing. They rolled in on territories and completely pushed them out and took it over and killed a bunch of people. So the fact that the Palestinians are still alive today, it's more grace than they gave other people. It's more grace than most of the Muslims gave the people that they rolled in on. And that's a fact. That's a damn fact. So, I don't know how I feel about that, but I'll tell you, it's just this whole thing. It's this whole Middle East bullshit. Why these fuckers can't just live and let be, Like, oh, we gotta have Jerusalem, guys. It's a holy city. It's holy fucking shit is what it is. It's a fucking dirt pile with nothing. Unless there's some sort of, like, the Ten Commandments are buried under the fucking thing somewhere. Or there's, like, this big oil reserve. There's something major down there that they need to gate to fucking hell or some fucking shit. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Who gives a shit? Well, it's our holy right from God. Oh my God. I swear to Christ. I don't know, man. I don't know. I say fucking, man, go buy an island somewhere. Fuck that shit. Fuck this Middle East faggotry bullshit. Fuck that area. It's garbage. Go get a fucking island somewhere and fish and shit for the rest of your life. Live on the beaches in a fucking good life. Screw that. Oh, God gave us this land. Well, you know what? I don't know, man. Maybe God wants you to move out. I don't know. I mean, I'm almost to the point where I say we should just arm the freaking Palestinians. Just arm them completely. Give them nukes. You want World War III? Give the Palestinians nukes. Give them tanks. Give them bombers. Give them all that shit. Give them weapons and whatnot. And if they don't play nice, Israel has a right to wipe them out. And I say, hey, guess what? Have at it. Because one of two things happen. Either Israel gets wiped out and proves there's no God, or the Palestinians get wiped out and, oh well. Hey. Oh well. You had your chance to live in peace. You had your chance to be, playing with the big boys, basically. And you couldn't hack it. So guess what? You get rolled over. Fuck you. I mean, that's where I'm coming from. That would be my Middle East solution. Honest to God, I would set both of them fuckers down and say, hey, what do you want? And I literally pull a rock. It doesn't matter what you want, motherfucker. You ain't getting shit. You want the 1967 borders? Fuck you. You ain't getting anything. We're taking shit the way it is right now. You motherfuckers are going to stop your settlements. You're going to stop pushing in on these fucking people. You're going to stop pushing the fuck in on these people. And if you do, we're going to come after you. Well, we, the United States, will bomb your ass. We'll bomb your ass back over the border. Fuck you. That's what I'd say. You want to get cute with that shit? You want to get cute with this? Fuck you. And I literally look at the Palestinians and be like, hey, you can't control Hamas, we'll come in, we'll fuck you guys up too. You keep it up, we'll come in and take over the whole area for ourselves and set up a fucking parking lot. Fuck you. We don't need Israel. We don't fucking need Palestine. We don't need either one of you fuckers. And once we do that, Syria's next. We'll wipe them all the fuck out. Okay, let's get Republican on your ass. Let's get some John McCain on your fucking ass. Okay. Bomb Iran. Fuck, they're next. That'll settle the goddamn problem. Wipe them the fuck out. You either play ball or you get the fuck out. Quite frankly, I'm getting a little tired of it. All this prophecy bullshit. That's what it is. It's bullshit. My life's got to be cut short. Well, my life's cut short because I, can't stop eating garbage all the time. But, hey, whatever. I've completely ruined my physical body. But, hey, whatever. But my life would be cut short because all this political bullshit, this spiritual fucking warfare bullshit. Fuck the Middle East. Ain't a goddamn thing over there. Well, God came down and set his foot down on the mountain. Fuck the mountain. Mountain be moved, motherfucker. I ain't got time for that shit, dude. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Stop fucking with my daily existence. The fact that I've spent 40 minutes talking about this topic pisses me off. You know what I could have been doing for 40 minutes? I could have been on fucking Pornhub, which would have been more successful, assuming I could get it up. I don't want to get into that. You know, you turn 41, it's getting a little bit harder, you know? Whatever. Fucking stupid. I swear to Christ. Things I gotta put up with my fucking day. Fucking bullshit. You fucking people are going to goddamn war and I can't even get it up. I mean, I swear to Christ. Well, to be fair, it was hot under the blanket that day, but whatever. Whatever. It's, you know, it's shit I gotta deal with. At least it's not a recurring thing, I hope. But yeah, whatever. I don't want to get into that. God damn it. I'm kidding, obviously, but seriously. Things I gotta put up with in my fucking day, though, honestly. Oh my god, speaking of that shit, Jesus Christ, it's April 17th, we had a goddamn blizzard this morning. Are you fucking kidding me? I need to go shopping today, and there's a fucking whiteout. The 17th of April. Things I gotta put up with, and these fucking turn on the TV, and all you see is this bullshit. And there's fucking Donald cocksucking Trump. Are you goddamn kidding me? He's better than Hillary. Based on what? I'm not saying Hillary was a fucking memorable moment here. I mean, how many millions of people are in this goddamn country, yet we settle on Trump and Hillary? Jesus Christ. I mean, oh my god. I would have rather had Jeb Bush and fucking Bernie Sanders or something. At least you had somewhat of a choice. It's either kick me in the dick or stomp me in the dick. There ain't much difference. Unbelievable. It boggles my mind, dude. It's the people who support Trump. I understand, because you gotta understand, most of the people that I know come from Camden, New York, and you gotta understand, once you've been in Camden, you don't know much else after that. No offense to the people who live in Camden. I mean, there's some good people who live in Camden, and there's some not so good people. But you know the type, you know the mentality. You know the mentality. It's just that, okay, that NASCAR, country music, hillbilly, fucking ignorant retardation. That get our guns, yeehaw bullshit, okay? Oh. Now, I mean, look, my biggest beef is, listen, if you're a Republican and you're not a Christian, or you're moderate Christian, you're not really a born-again Christian to the point you give a damn about what the Bible has to say, you're basically a Christian in the sense that you don't sacrifice goats on your front fucking lawn. Okay, fine, I could deal with you being a Trump supporter. I don't even have a problem with that. You're just a bigot, racist asshole. Whatever. Well, we don't like those guys because they're brown and they're coming over the border. We don't like that. Okay, well, whatever. Whatever. Here's a news flash. If anybody wanted to come over the fucking border, you know how they'll do it? Through a fucking plane. That's how they'll do it. Most of the people who are walking across the border are people in need. They're not people, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are people who come across, rape and murder and sell drugs. I'm not saying that. But the bulk of the people who are coming across, like on boats and shit, from Cuba, are refugees looking for help. Okay, if anybody, seriously, if you're a drug dealer and you want to get into the country, not necessarily with drugs per se, but you wanted to get into the country to establish a cartel and you know, shit, all you gotta do is fly a fucking plane, bloop, right over the border. And then overstay your welcome. Yet nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that. If I'm an ISIS terrorist, guess what? I get on a fucking plane. I don't do anything for a few months where I'm going to be on a watch list. You come over, I mean, shit. Even if you're on a watch list, Republicans will give you a fucking gun. So what the hell? You come over and hey, yeah, you're Middle Eastern. Here's a gun. You haven't done anything wrong yet. You haven't blown up 16 people yet. You still got all your arms and legs. Here, have a fucking gun. Give me a break. I don't know, man. It's just... Could we stop looking at what the other side is doing and look at what we're doing? Please, can we stop that? Oh, those evil liberals, those fucking idiot conservatives. Can we stop looking at each other that way and start looking at ourselves? What are we doing wrong? Now, I'm sorry, if you're a born-again Christian and you are a Trump supporter, and this pisses me off, because, you know, I turned 18, I was all gung-ho for Jesus, gonna save the world, gonna tell the world about Jesus. You know, you have that mentality as a kid. You're like, oh, you just come out of Bible college, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, praise Jesus, we're gonna go save the universe and tell everybody, and sweet fucking Christ, I swear to God. You know, you have that mentality, and then you're people from church, and they're like, oh, the liberals, the evil liberals, that damn Bill Clinton. I went numerous fucking years, and I talked about this a few times, but I went numerous fucking years hating, like despising Bill Clinton, and didn't know why. I didn't know why. I had no idea why. Because what? He had a sexual affair? No, yeah, he lied about it. Okay, so he deserved what he got. But he had a sexual affair, and that's why we hated him so much? You realize that between most of the Christian conservatives, well, shit, let's take Donald Trump, Newt Gingrich, and Rush Limbaugh. If you combine them and their ex-wives, you could start a fucking baseball team. Do you understand that? And I'm not even talking a 9-man team. I'm talking September, where you got the call-ups and you got like 27-man roster. Okay, we're almost there. Just those three guys alone. In the sanctity of marriage. Yeah, which one, motherfucker? Which one? Your first? Your second? Your fourth? Huh? Yeah, a lot of sanctity going on there. I think your idea of sanctity and mine are two different things. I don't know, man. But hey, what do I know? What do I know, you know? Freaking bullshit. So worried about what other people are doing. Why don't we stop and look at it? What's the Bible say? How can you take the mote or the beam out of or the speck out of your brother's eye when you got a beam in your own eye? It's like, I mean, think about the word picture there. It's like, running around with a fucking log jammed in your fucking eye. And like, okay, how are you supposed to, take a little speck out of their eye? A little dust particle out of their fucking eye? In other words, stop being a hypocritical fuck is basically what that verse is saying. Yeah, no, those goddamn liberals, those damn liberals, those libtards. I don't know, man. Doesn't the Bible say something about not being judgmental fucks? Doesn't it say that? You know? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. See, that's the problem. I could deal with being wrong. I want to be wrong. Because if I'm wrong, then it makes sense. Okay, I just didn't get what it was, and I misunderstood. But the fact that there are Christian people who we used to go to church with who are supposed to know better, and they just... that retardation is just pissing me off. I mean, honest to God, I literally want to go to Greater Grace and hand everybody a fucking helmet. I want to give Pastor Morin a fucking helmet. Give Graz a helmet. Give half these fucking people helmets, because they got to be fucking retarded. Because you say one thing on Sunday, and then turn around and say, well, it didn't really apply. We hate Bill Clinton because he has an affair, but oh, Donald Trump, he's sent from God, even though he had sex with hookers and so had somebody pee on him in a fucking Russian hotel. Yeah, no, that's okay. That happened. That was in the past. That was his personal life. Of course, it wasn't his personal life when Clinton did it. No, you know, whatever. He was a son of a bitch because he had a D next to his name, so he's a son of a bitch. But our guy, he's got an R next to his name, so he's good. He's good and golden. He's give me a fucking break with that shit, dude. Oh my god, he's just so deflating of just my sanity. I can't understand it. This hypocrisy. This I'm sorry, the church has been raped. The physical body of Christ has been fucking raped and sodomized and left in a fucking ditch. You wonder why Christ hasn't returned. I wouldn't come back for this fucking bitch. I'd be like, fuck that whore. And she did it herself. She went out and had a gangbang. You know? Week before the wedding, it's like, let's have one more fling. You know? I mean, seriously, if I was Christ, I'd be like, fuck this bitch. I ain't gonna waste my time on her. Fuck this church. Fuck that shit. You want to be fucking idiots? Fine, fuck you. Live through the frickin' tribulation, you sons of bitches. Oh, you think the rapture's gonna happen? Yeah, well, you keep waiting for it. You keep waiting for it. Give me a break. Don't get me started with that bullshit either. I'm gonna let you in a little secret. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. The rapture's gonna come at the fucking end. You know how I know? Because it's always come at the end. It's always come at the end. Every time God has intervened in any single solitary thing, it was right at the very last possible second. Don't tell me it's not. Read the Bible. It is. I mean, he just magically loves the church. What does the church? What has the church done for you lately? What has the church done for Christ lately? I mean, if God didn't intervene with Noah 7 years prior, take him out of the bullshit. Now, yeah, okay, maybe he was building the ark for 7 years, but the rain was coming down when he closing up the door. Okay, so he had to live up and to the point. He had to live through all that shit. He wasn't taken out of it. Not in that sense. Lot and his family, they weren't taken out of that shit 7 years prior. Again, the decree of don't look back. The bitch turned into salt because she looked back and got fucked up. Okay. Give me a break. Yet all of a sudden God just magically cares about the church more than anything else. Really? Did he take David out of the situation? No, he didn't. Did he take any of them out of the situation other than, two guys he raptured? Elijah and, what's his face? He literally picked them fuckers up. Floated them off. Whatever the hell that means. I don't know if he beamed them up or whatever the fuck he did. Caught up in a whirlwind or some fucking thing. Probably what it was. Some old fucking dude ran out in the fucking storm, got picked up in a cyclone, and got flung halfway across the fucking Timbuktu, landed in a ditch somewhere, and hyenas ate him. That's probably what really happened. But, hey, whatever. God took him. God whisked him away. He had a fucking twister, dude. Probably in the ocean. He's probably in a fucking Dead Sea. Reading the fucking Dead Sea Scrolls or some shit. Give me a break. Bullshit. Oh, I don't know, man. It's just... I don't understand. I'm trying to grasp why people have these opinions. I don't understand it because we're told we're supposed to do this, and this, and it's supposed to permeate every part of our lives. But then when the same Christians who said all that then talk about politics, it's like, well, no, it's okay. What? Dude, that's wishy-washy. That's lukewarm bullshit. That's the same thing they're talking about. Whether it's the apostles, whether it's the early part of Revelation, or it talks about the churches and the lukewarm nature of the church and the bullshit, candlesticks and all that bullshit, same fucking thing. We're told not to be lukewarm, and what are we doing? We're fucking warm. Oh, but at least it wasn't Hillary. again, I don't give a fuck about Hillary. See, that's the problem. You still got conservatives yakking about Hillary. It's been over a year, bro. Get the fuck over it. Hillary's gone. Hillary's done. She wants to flap her mouth a little bit because she's upset and she's butthurt. Fine. That's one thing. Give it to her because, hey, she should have won. Let's be honest. She should have won. Everything pointed to her winning. So, yeah, she got a little butthurt. Hey, fine. As long as she ain't saying anything overly stupid, I don't give a fuck. But to sit there and say, oh, thank God we got Trump. Are you fucking kidding me? That's like saying, gee, instead of having a little bumblebee bite on my dick, at least I got anal cancer. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know. I just... I'm still waiting for an answer. You're supposed to knock and the door will be open, asking, you will receive. I am asking God, I want to know this answer. Why? Why is it okay for the Christians that we went to church with to say one thing on Sunday and then to say another thing the rest of the week during political time? And I'll be honest with you, the only answer I'm getting is it's not. It's not. They're hypocrites and they're lukewarm. That's the only answer I keep getting. It's the only answer that keeps coming back. Now, why in the balls is somebody like me who says fuck a lot the one who understands that? That these people, oh, I studied the Bible for 40 years. Obviously, it wasn't enough. The fact that you got a heathen cocksucker like myself who can figure it out a lot better than you can, that pisses me off. Because here's a newsflash. I don't pray every day. I don't praise Jesus every day. I don't sing glory to God. I don't sing and bullshit all fucking day to God. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't even read my Bible. Yet I know, I don't want to say I know, but I grasp more than most of these fucking people do. And it pisses me off. It irritates me. Not that when a question comes and a Bible verse pops into my head, not that. That's not what pisses me off. It's just the simple fact that there are these people who live it day after day and they preach sermon every Saturday, Sunday, Sunday night, Wednesday, rap meetings or whatever it was, whatever other churches call. We used to call it rap meeting, where we get together and we have fellowship and go to a local eatery and we'd eat, and idiots would let their fucking kids run around and fuck around with the salt shakers and jerk off in the bathroom and run around with toilet paper, the fucking toddler kid assholes, and the parents would be sitting there oblivious to it. Whatever. But I mean, these people live this shit 24/7. I don't live it for shit. This right here is about the closest thing to a Bible study I'm getting on a regular basis. Now, there's a few guys on YouTube I do watch on a regular basis that do kind of preach stuff. There's one guy specifically. So I do get some stuff, so I'm not like completely cut off from it, but I'm not living it in a regular basis. I'm not like, oh, every Sunday. I can't remember the last time. I think it was like late 90s last time I went to church. Maybe early 2000. No, it's probably, I think it was like 2001-ish last time I went to church. Well, to be fair, my back is fucked up and I can't sit there. And no, it's not an excuse. It's a legitimate issue. I just can't sit there all that time, especially on those hard chairs and especially those metal ones in the back. Holy fuck! I can't deal with it because it just. You sit there for like 45 minutes to an hour, and I just can't do it. I mean, I physically couldn't do it. And then to try to get up and walk down the stairs, no way. I'd fall down the fucking stairs. I couldn't do it. And I admit it's part of an excuse, maybe to some degree. Actually, no, it's not an excuse. It's the legitimate, God's honest truth. The reason I don't physically go to church, don't forsake the assembly, and I understand that. I'm not forsaking the assembly because I necessarily want to, although I'm not a big people person, so, it is what it is. But I'm not going because it's just like I'm shunning God. I mean, I guess I am shunning God, but I'm not doing it deliberately to shun God. Like, hey, fuck you. It's nothing like that. I physically cannot deal with that. Getting up, ready, go there for 3-4 hours, especially the heat of summer. and you sit on those hard freaking chairs, and it's just, I can't do it. I just cannot do it. Because, I mean, if I went to church, I would be literally 2 days in bed. Or I just, like the next day, Monday, I wouldn't be moving at all. I wouldn't be able to get out of bed. That's how bad my back gets fucked up. You sit there for 45 minutes, and it's like, I just can't deal with that. I can't. I can't be immobile like that. You know? Like, when I go shopping, the next day I can't move. I literally can't physically get out of bed half the time. Like, that's even to go to the bathroom. That's how bad it is. So, again, I'm not trying to make excuses here. But it is a damn good excuse. I'm saying this sarcastic. Obviously, there shouldn't be any excuse, but you get my point. Because what would happen? I'm telling you, just listen. If I were to get up and go to a church, assuming I could get there, because transportation issues aside, sitting there, I'd be in so much pain. I wouldn't even be listening to what he'd be saying. I'd be shifting around, wishing I basically could die because this sharp fucking pain in my legs and my back would be insane. And then finally they'd end it, which I'd be thankful to Christ for, that it was finally over. I'd try to get up. I wouldn't be able to stand up straight. I would be hobbling around while everybody's trying to file out. And then I'd have to walk down the fucking stairs. And I'd probably end up falling down the fucking stairs. And then, Big Daddy'd have to come around and pick me up. There's my boy. Of course, he's dead now, but I'm talking back in the day. There's my boy. He literally arched his elbow. I don't know how he did it. It's like he had this hinge on his shoulder, and his elbow would like arch, and he'd literally flap it over my shoulder, almost like a brisket, like one of those winter coats you just throw over somebody's shoulders. But he would do it with his arm, and he'd like lean on me, put all his weight on me. Oh, granted, he's like a bucko too. He's like 90 years old. He's like, "There's my boy," with his little Maine accent. "Got some vegetables for you out in the car. Get some vegetables for you and your mother." Honest to God, it was like something out of a Stephen King movie. "Got some vegetables for you out in the car. Got some turnips and some radishes." And I'm like, "Thanks, Big Daddy." And his little nose hair, he'd be smiling. God, dude, he had the greatest smile. I'm not gonna lie. Fucker had the greatest smile. It just, he reminded me of that Ramsey mummy. I don't know what it was. Just that mummy, and you see him. He's got like the I don't know. You see the profile. That's what he reminded me of, like a walking. Oh, and that dude Kane from Poltergeist, where he's singing in the rain about the holy temple. Remember that shit? There's my boy. Oh, I miss Big Daddy. God damn it. Why do people have to die? I do. I miss Big Daddy. Hell, I even miss the Chamberlains for some odd fucking reason. They were nice to me. I don't know why they were nice to me, but they'd smile and be like, "Hey, Mrs. Chamberlain, she was always nice." The idea that most of those people are fucking dead, dude. Wow. Most of the people from our church are dead. It's just, I don't know how I'm supposed to take that. I don't know what Mr. Winston's doing. I remember that one time he was doing that health class at RCC, and he had that thick fucking accent. He was saying something to me. He wanted me to answer a question. I couldn't hear. The words were not registering in my ear. And he was like, and I'm like, I don't know. I was trying to just play stupid so that he'd pass on and be like, "Oh, I don't really know. I don't know the answer." And I was trying to play stupid so he'd move on, but he wouldn't. He kept asking me. And I remember Elaine looked over and she's like, and she said it, and I still couldn't hear it because it was just this. I don't know what it was. I couldn't hear what he was fucking saying. I could hear the tone. It was like literally like Charlie Brown teacher. Oh my god. Fucking hate that. Hated that time, dude. You couldn't pay me to go back to school, dude. Especially there. And again, I don't want to knock it, but holy crap. Like today, oh my god, I couldn't sit there. I mean, I couldn't deal with it. I literally physically couldn't go to school right now. Like if I had to sit there, like, oh my god. And then to try to concentrate on schoolwork. That was part of the problem that I had. That's why I got behind and stuff, because it's just, I couldn't focus. Your fucking leg is in pain, your back is in pain. And of course, I didn't really know why any of it was in pain. It was just sort of, I have this problem, and there's no known reason, because at the time I had no idea, you know. And it wasn't completely horrible. It was just more like, and part of me didn't want to be there anyway. So even the times when I didn't have the pain, I was just still kind of, daydreaming, wish I was somewhere else. And it didn't work out very well. my my school career did not go very well, especially toward the end. You couldn't pay me to go back to those days, dude. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind being younger again, but going through that shit, no. No, absolutely not. Now, one thing I'm going to say, and this is just boggling my mind, and it has nothing to do with any of this stuff. But I remember being in high school, and it was like the girls were really cute, and they were like 14, which is weird saying now that I'm 41. Like, oh, they're really cute. No, I mean it was weird because like you're 14, they're 14. Okay. You're 15, they're 15. Okay. 16, 17, 20, 21. Ooh, 21-year-old girls are hot. Ooh. 26, and it's like, okay. 27, oh, even pushing 30. Pushing 40. I mean, when is that going to stop? I don't want to be 80 years old looking at grandma saying, whoa, she's hot. I don't want to be looking at like elderly porn when I'm 80. I hope the Christ that trend stops pretty soon. It's like, oh, 50-year-old women aren't that bad looking. It's like, what the fuck is that coming from? Don't get me wrong, there's a few that are like, oh my god, they're actually halfway decent, but I don't want to be on Pornhub looking at granny porn. Not that I'm ever going to make it that old anyway. Not like I'm going to be 80 years old, because people like me don't live that long, but, it is what it is. I mean, it's like that trend has to stop. It's like, oh yeah, 40-year-old women aren't that bad looking. It's like, what? When did that happen? I mean, there was always that one kid's mom in church that had the big tits. There was always that, but, what, whatever. Like Nate's mom was hot. It was, it was weird. And Mrs. Coleman, she was kind of the cootie woman. Like the kids are kind of like, ew. She's like, ew, But she had the big titties, and it was like, it was a catch-22 with her, because she had the big titties, but she was kind of the, like if you admitted, oh, look at her big titties, people would make fun of you. So I think that's what it was, because it's like she had the big titties, but she was, fucked up. You know what I mean? It's just like, no. But even though you secretly kind of like, whatever. But I mean, seriously, that trend really needs to stop. But it's weird. It's like Andrew was hot. I thought Andrew was cute. I did. Elaine was cute. I mean, now I look back, Elaine was 14, and I'm thinking, man, she's cute. I'm 41 years old thinking, oh, she was cute at 14. That's just really weird to me. Now, keep in mind, I was 14 at the time. Elaine's probably uglier as fuck right now. Because I'll tell you one thing, though. Asian women, they don't age well. They typically don't age well. So, a couple of them, we could mention names. I don't know, man. I don't know. They probably ain't doing too good today, I tell you. Whatever. Nene ain't looking that good. I don't think she looked good to begin with, but she ain't looking good today. You don't even get me started, because you almost got settled that shit. That could have been a problematic problem right there. That is a problematic problem. They ain't just no regular problem, it's a problematic problem. That could have been devastating to your existence. I'm just saying, What you have now, got to be completely rear-ended by that. That's all I'm going to say on that. You could be up there, Skinner Settlement Road, standing in front of the pickup truck, drinking beers with Dale T and all the other spineless Skinner men, talking about NASCAR and Girth Brooks and the latest twang music. You realize that's where you could be right now. All the while the fucking women are in there plotting how to freaking be insane bitches. But hey, it is what it is, you know. It is what it is. I warned you too. I warned you, motherfucker. I told you, and you didn't listen. You didn't listen to me. See, that's the problem. You gotta understand, when it comes to that, when it came to Carl Stevens, when it comes to Trump, when it comes to the Christian bullshit, nobody listens to me. You have to understand, I have an uncanny ability to see things for more than what they are. I have this uncanny... I'm not joking when I say that. I'm partly being sarcastic, but there is some truth to it. I can discern shit. I don't know what it is. Now, I don't know if I got pissed off at Stevens because he gave me a weird look when I first met him, and then they force fucked us to be out in the heat of the day with that weed whacker and the lawnmowers and shit while he was coming, because we had to clean up the shit all the while the girls are inside and in a nice cool building coloring while we're out there doing lawn work, which is just bullshit. I don't know, maybe that stuff just set me off. Maybe that's all it was. I don't know. But whatever, man. Nobody listens to me. Nobody listens to me. And I always seem to be right. And I'm telling you right now, when Trump becomes a fucking Antichrist, or he sets up for the Antichrist, either or, I'm going to laugh my fucking tits off right before they take me away. I'm going to go on social media and I'm going to fucking post a blazing fucking comment. And I'm going to link a bunch of people from our church to it. And say, see, motherfucker, I told you. I told you. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to say, see, motherfucker. See? Donald Trump is a fucking Antichrist. I'm going to link Graz. I'm going to link a whole bunch of fucking people. All the Camden people. Everybody's going to get linked to that shit. I'm going to link my entire fucking friends list and be like, fuck you, assholes. I warned you. I warned you, and you scoffed at me, and you blocked me, and you treated me like shit, and you shunned me. Fuck you. That's what I'm going to say. And they're going to take me away. They're going to, do away with me. What's going to happen? Oh well. Oh well. I'll get my reward. I will blatantly... no, I will get my reward because I will be telling them they're fucking idiots the last thing I do. Will be probably the last thing I do. Like, they'll be banging down the door trying to get to me. I'm going to be quickly typing on the little tablet here, like, fuck you, haha, and posting it to everybody. That's all I'm saying to you. That's all I'm going to say to you. You know it. You know it's truth, and you know it's coming. And I'm going to be the one to be pointing it out to you. Anyways, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Whatever. I'm bored. I don't want to talk about this. I want to get in the whole Alex Jones thing, and I don't want to talk about that asshole anymore. He was belly aching and bawling. Oh, Trump, fuck him and his family. And give me a break. Give me a break. You're a fucking clown, Alex. I mean, I don't want to get into that. This has already gone on long enough. So you know what? Fuck you. I'm done.